Well, we're back. This is times 3, and we actually have a third guest here, Ned Rose from New York, and our usuals, Don Sherman, Harry Northup, and me, David Lloyd Glover, behind the camera. It's a fabulous day today, gentlemen.
Isn't it funny? You just let them talk and you don't help them and just keep on talking?
Yeah, you don't have to help me. God, I'm just a man of too many words.
Los Angeles?
Oh, we got the interview.
No reason why I shouldn't, honestly, because I don't get out here that often. You guys live here, so you can appreciate it much more than I can. Oh no, the other way around. I can appreciate it much more than you can.
But can you slow yourself up for California? Because you're coming from New York going 100 miles an hour.
Now he's the interviewer.
No, that's conversation.
No, that's the same thing.
No,
you can't change.
You introduce the topic.
One question is a question.
Interview wars.
You can't change it to fit your rationalization, John.
You can't make it so
don't rationalize your life.
You need to be eating your lunch.
I ate my lunch,
No,
baby.
you didn't. You didn't eat your fruit. You didn't do nothing. I'm gonna set it right here. You're gonna eat some more.
Here comes lunch rules.
Coffee.
Where do you find
This is what happens when you do it at Marco's.
That's
and
right.
trusted me to leave there without paying her.
I don't care if you
That would
don't
never
pay. I
happen
don't
in New
care
York.
if you ever pay me. It's a point. You're gonna eat.
She looks after
See,
you.
when you come to Marco's Italian, they take care of you. If you leave anything behind on your plate,
Yeah,
you're in trouble.
She's a great gal. She's a great gal.
She'll call home for him if he doesn't eat.
Yeah, if he doesn't show up.
Very nice of her.
Now, what restaurant in New York does that for you? You know, calls you at home
I'm in New York.
and says, "Where are you?"
New York, they'll tell you move that we have people waiting for your seat.
I think so.
Come there. They have less time to live in New York. It's a great place to live, but there's never enough time. Every time I'm in New York, I'm rushing. And I get exhausted, I go back to the hotel, and I can't lay there for 5 minutes. I'm back out on the street again. There's something that lures you out there, and there's nothing out there, I believe.
People.
Yeah, but they're here too.
But you can sit in New York. I was at Lincoln Center doing something a couple of years ago. I was sitting at the Starbucks waiting for the event to begin. You look at the intersection, there's 100, 150 people crossing the intersection.
Well, you know, that's true. But you know something? You get used to it.
You like
What
it?
I can't get used to in New York, and I probably never will get used to, walking across the street and having some guy with his earphones on talking to somebody or reading a newspaper while crossing the street. This I can't get used to.
They used to be talking without things in their ear in New York,
Yeah, right.
and they were better off.
Yeah, they're better off talking to themselves, you know,
Yeah.
or that imaginary friend.
I'm sure there are guys that just have the earpiece. They don't even have a battery.
Yeah, don't need the battery.
And they
Just
can
keep talking.
walk, and the cops won't stop you. You know, cops will stop you. You walk talking to yourself on the street. But now they can't because they figure you might be on the telephone.
Yeah, you might be doing a Wall Street deal, you know.
Sued.
You mentioned something the other day about how people in New York are good people and they're compassionate. You know what I realized?
Why?
That you're talking about yourself. You're a good person. You're a compassionate person. Because anywhere you go, there's good and bad, right? It's like LA. LA's a magnet that pulls the good and the bad. When I first went to New York, I used to, you walk, you don't see anybody you know. And people are in a hurry. But then once you get to know a few people, there's some people that are nice, but some people aren't.
Well, you see, you mentioned two things that are very prevalent in New York. Item one, 8 million people. How many do you know? 8 million people. See?
You don't know 8.
So you walk in the street, you're alone. Even if I'm with this guy over here.
This guy over here.
And he comes from California. So he's definitely alone.
He hit it right on the head. New York is 8 million people all alone. You would think that 8 million people would get together. But they do in disaster.
Correct.
They seem to coalesce right there.
A disaster, they pull together like a magnet.
Yeah, because they're dealing with such adversity. People trying to live in that city for the excitement that's not there.
This guy is your son-in-law.
That's what they say.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, it keeps me at arm's length.
Son-in-law's on the West Coast.
Yeah.
For father-in-law's on the East Coast.
That's it. We're split by 2,000 miles.
Great that way.
Yeah, works great.
You know, when I went to New York City,
in Chicago,
the people who were nicest to me in New York City, Sicilians and Jewish people. Frank Corsell, Martin Scorsese, Sicilian, hired me. Jonathan Kaplan, Jonathan Demme, they hired me. So you know.
Yeah, the Jonathans, they all hired you.
Well, I think all New Yorkers are good. I honestly do. Look, there's a bad lemon in a basket, see? Unlike New York, a bad lemon in a basket will create havoc with the rest of the basket. In New York, you won't. Everybody has an individual mind.